Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aaron Chalner. I am the CHALL, and welcome to this particular video where today we're getting a bit in detail on Jack Degruchy, who has officially penned his brand new confirmed contract with Doncaster Rovers Football Club. So, before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to know my YouTube video. And for now, let's get into this particular transfer, signing number 9 for the Rovers, Jack Degruchy. So the club have officially revealed that Rovers are delighted to announce the signing of midfielder Jack Degruchy on a 2-year deal with the option of a further year. The 18-year-old joins the club after impressing on trial this summer, where he featured in all 6 pre-season friendlies for Gary McSheffrey's side. After coming through the ranks with York City, Degruchy signed his first professional contract with the Minster men in 2021. He departed the York Community Stadium earlier this summer and becomes Rovers' 9th signing of the summer transfer window. Degruchy said, "I'm absolutely buzzing. I've been on trial since the start of pre-season, 5 weeks, and I've really enjoyed the games. It's a great bunch of lads and they've welcomed me in really nicely. Steve and the gaffer have been excellent, all-round lovely people. I couldn't be more pleased." The manager, Gary McSheffrey, said first and foremost he's a great kid with a great attitude. He wants to be a footballer and he's done everything in the 5-6 week period to do that. He trained every day, he's been involved in every game and played a couple of games with the youth team when we've asked him to. He's just got on with things. He's integrated himself into the group really well and I think he's a good prospect. He grasped the opportunity and we are delighted to have him on board. So if you guys want a bit of knowledge on this guy, he can play in the attacking midfield, he can play on the wing. It also says, according to Transfermarkt, he can play in the centre of midfield, which again wouldn't be a bad option. It shows the versatility of this young lad at this early age. Now, of course, he didn't make any appearances in the senior team in the National League North. However, just a bit of extra knowledge on him. He's English. His preferred foot is the right foot. He joined obviously today. He's got the option for the further year. Was born in Knaresborough, 18 years old with a height of 1.77 metres. Born in 2003, so a nice young lad with plenty of potential. Now, let's share my thoughts and also why I think this is a good deal for Rovers long term. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is what was said from Jack Degruchy signing his brand new Doncaster Rovers contract. It's official Doncaster Rovers contract. Now, first of all, there was no warning about this or anything like that. This signing literally came out of nowhere at 5 o'clock. And this, for me, is a decent transfer. And the reason why this is a decent transfer is Jack Degruchy is a young, up-and-coming lad. He's 18 years old. He showed great stuff in pre-season. I think the 5-6 weeks he's done in pre-season, I think has been fantastic. I think he's been a decent player. He's been a nice, tricky player at times. Still quite a bit of way to go. Still a long way to go because he is still 18 years old. But you know, at this early stage, he's still a decent player at this age, so he can only grow from there. Now, my understanding is, and Gary McSheffrey called it out in the interview this week as well, today in fact, the press interview before Bradford. That he's probably part of a group of players that are probably going to be playing sort of fringe games, shall we say. So while the first team that are involved in the first team are going to be focusing on the league and things like that, these sort of fringe players that aren't really getting as much game time as certain other players, not naming names, they're going to play sort of like fringe games during the week just to keep their fitness up. They're going to be involved in the Papa John's Trophy. So that's where we'd probably expect Degruchy this season. The Papa John's Trophy and some fringe games while the rest of the senior team play the league games. Now, and is that a bad thing? No, I don't think it is. Is it bad that we're not loaning him out? No, it's not. And the reason why it's not is because you keep him here long enough and you keep him playing the Doncaster Rovers way, the more he wants to stay rather than get loaned out for development. So I would much rather him play the Papa John's Trophy games and play some games every week that are not league games, so play some fringe games maybe with other academies behind closed doors, just to keep his fitness up and little in-house games and things like that. I'd rather keep that for his development, in my personal opinion. So I think for me with Degruchy here, it's very, very important and very, very specific how we need to develop this kid, because 18 years old and he's got plenty of potential. I think him, Bobby Faulkner, and a few other sort of under 18, under 16 players are definitely looking to be the future of this side. And it seems like we have 2 or 3 at least in the senior team that are development players, that are players that we're going to be developing and, you know, nurturing around and trying to get them ready in a few years for senior first team football week in, week out. And it seems like Degruchy hopefully is one for the future that we have to watch out for. It seems like all the York fans really do rate this guy. Seems like all the York City fans seem to really love the fact that he's getting this opportunity with the club. And they are sad that he's left York City, which is obviously a great sign. Now, of course, this is where the club needs to start learning lessons from before, nurturing young talent, using the youth system. And look, in the past, we haven't been known to use our youth system as much as other clubs. Let's be brutally honest, shall we? I think the best prospect that's come out of the youth system has probably been James Husband, and I think that's being brutally honest to some of the current crop that have gone on to other clubs. I think, to be brutally honest, the best prospect that's come out, that the most recent best prospect so far in the youth academy has been James Husband. There has been other players from our academy that have gone on to do great things elsewhere. Historic players, really historic players. I think Ron Flowers is one that immediately springs to mind for the older generation. But no, I mean, Rovers were famous back in the day for rejecting the services of a young Kevin Keegan. So, you know, obviously it's not the greatest youth system in the past, but we have been proud of that youth system in the past as well. You know, we fought off Category 2 sides to bring in Freddie Allen from Norwich City. We fought off that interest and we brought him in. It seems like, from the sounds of it, from people that were there for the away kit youth launch, that County Park's had a bit done to it. It seems like somewhere in County Park's been bought up or something like that, or somewhere, some kind of site around the training ground's been bought up for maybe something to do with the academy, who knows. But it seems like step by step we're starting to rebuild the club now from a footballing point of view, not just a business point of view. And, you know, I think the club's in a much better shape than it was, say this time last year, to be honest. So I think Degruchy stepping into a really good environment. Hopefully we can keep thriving and freshening up from there. And best of luck to Jack. But there we are, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Don't forget Bradford this weekend. So opening day weekend, there's going to be a lot of vlogs, a lot of content coming from that videos. So stay tuned for that. We've got plenty more content coming up throughout the weeks as well. We're going to be doing some scouting videos in football in general. We're going to be looking at other scouting videos. I may even go back in time to previous Rovers squads and previous squads in general and check out old scouting and sort of, you know, what would have been the best signings at that time with the squad that they had at that time. That kind of video. So just some interesting video ideas that were sort of brumming up here in the studio, in the lab, in the YouTube lab. But overall, like I said, we've got some exciting content coming, so stay tuned for that. And for now, my name is Aaron Challoner, the CHALL, your Doncaster Rovers fan and YouTube Sporting Network. And that, my guys, is full-time Rovers Side-Eye. Thank you very much, and I will see you all for the Bradford preview and a very special guest on the League 2 predictions tomorrow.